everyone, welcome back to my channel with Life with Maria. So today I am bringing you guys something new. I am trying to, I was researching to see for a 2760 epson printer how to change the ink from original ink to a sublimation ink. I couldn't find enough information, so I am bringing you this content to make sure that there is some kind of information out here for you guys to know. As you guys see, I'm starting to unscrew these areas from my printer because I bought this printer a couple months ago. I think it was like Black Friday or Cyber Monday. And I've decided to open up a shop or just sell through my Facebook or Instagram, just trying to, get some clientele so I can do some sublimation. And yeah, so I didn't get a lot of information, so I'm just gonna give you a little bit of the details of what to do and what not to do that I've done, that I'm gonna show you here that I've done and that you shouldn't do. Okay, so I did buy those containers through the Dollar Tree, and also the gloves. Make sure you guys wear gloves. I'm gonna put on the information details down below of all the information I got. The gloves were from Dollar Tree. The sublimation ink and the syringes came from Amazon. I will link that down below. Sorry, I can't talk today. It's been a hard, rough day. This took me at least an hour to do. So I'm just trying to figure out where to start at to get the ink out of the printer. So yeah, so this is just me putting things together. Make sure you guys wear gloves, guys. This thing can get very, very messy. Put you guys a little bit out so you guys can see what I'm doing. And each syringe is going to be for every color, so please make sure that you do not use the same syringe. Right here, it showed in one of the YouTube videos to do that without the needle, but you will need the needle, guys. And I tried different ways of doing this. I tried it with air, tried it without air. Guys, do not put air into your printer. That's it. And for those little cartridges that you see right there, it's like a maze. So you got to keep on moving it until you can get all the ink out, as you see that I'm doing. I'm actually getting the ink, but I have to do like all these turns in order to get that ink out. It was very, very crazy. So yeah, it's the one thing, do not put air into your printer, into the ink cartridge area. Yeah, so as you see, I'm getting as much as I could out. As you see in that picture, I'm just trying to take out the rest of it. And it looks good. And then with the same needle, you see how I put air in there? You should not do that, guys. Please do not do that. I was having trouble getting it out, but what you had to do was pull that wire piece out where you have to take it out. And yeah, see? And I did take out the needle from some of them, and some of them I didn't. But it needed to lay it back, and you needed to lay it down. See how it came out this time, but not so much. So I started to figure it out that the needle had to been facing upwards. Just watch what I do. See, I'm struggling. And then I grab my hand sanitizer, the disinfectant wipes here, because I was making a total mess. So I made a total mess. And see, that's not the way to do it, guys. I'm a nurse, so I tend to do things in a way I shouldn't do it. Well, not really. I draw blood. So, and I do like injections. So that's what I thought I had to do, but no. You see how now I have it like slanted downwards, and that's where I started getting all the ink. I started to figure it out. You see, I bring the thing down, and that's how I was getting it. But you have to hold that tip. You know, once you put the needle in, you have to like bring it down. You see how I was trying to figure it out? I was like, no, God, oh my God, that is so embarrassing. So these are things you do not want to do, guys. And I will end up figuring it out, and I will show you guys exactly when I start how to do it. Yeah, it was a mess, guys. I was struggling. I think it took me like 39 minutes to do this part. I can't believe I was doing that. And see, I'm starting to figure it out, but I still hasn't figured it out all the way, guys, because you're not supposed to put the air inside the sublimation ink. I mean, to the ink hole, that little wire thing. I was getting ink, but still, that's not the right way of doing it. See, I kept on doing that. I did not need to know that. I'll ended up showing you in the other one because I think I do multiple ones with the air, and then there's other two. But you see how I was bending it, I was slanting it to where I can, in the syringe is facing upward. So where that's what helped. So even if you do not do the air thing that I've been doing, like pushing it down and getting air, you didn't have to do that. So all you have to do is just put the syringe. See, I kept on doing that. You don't need to do that. And you still get the ink as long as you do not, as long as you have it tight in the tip between the wire and the syringe. And then you just tighten it up, and then you can get all of it without putting air inside of it. And then after I had did all that, I still had trouble with picking up the colorful inks. So what I had to do was pushing the power button and the question mark button, which is the help button. I kept on pushing those two buttons together, and then I let it sit down for like 12 hours. And then once the 12 hours finished, then I was able to print a sublimation item. I will show a picture of what I did. But yeah, it was a process, guys. It's a learning process, and like I said, there's not enough information on YouTube about it. So, but you see how I cleared up and then I put it in. So I had cleared up the whole the blue ink. Now I'm going to go with the next one. I did some damage. I am actually going to clean all that out afterwards after I do everything. I actually will show you how do you put the ink into the printer on my next video. But yeah. So see, I didn't put no air this time on it. But if you that color actually didn't have a lot into the printer thing, into the cartridge. Yeah, I kept on putting air in it. I should not done that, guys. You do not need to do that. And you will need the needle to grab as much, because if you don't use the needle, you just use the syringe, you're gonna make a big mess, guys. It was the only one I didn't use the needle on was the black ink, because the wiring part was really thick, so it was big enough for me to take out the needle and just use the syringe alone. So yeah, so that's something to think about. The other three, you do have to use the needle. And like I said, you don't have to put the air, you just have to face it down on the syringe upwards, and the that wiring down where you can grab a whole bunch of the ink. You see how what I started doing? That's what you need to start doing. That's the easiest way to get all the ink out. And you see on the right side the tank, the level of the tank, so you can see it from there when it's going down. And I keep on putting air in it. I think on the last two colors, because there's four different colors, on the last two colors is when I realized I don't have to use the air. I don't have to like keep on pushing for the air. But you see how tight I get to the edge on the wiring? I call that the wire, but it's that white little wire thing. So I don't have to keep on putting air. I'm like mad at myself because I did that. And I thought the whole time, like when my printer wasn't working at first, I kept on seeing like YouTube videos, like how could I fix that problem? And nobody wasn't saying anything. Like there's not enough information of this out here in the internet. So I had to figure it out myself. Sometimes when you go through YouTube, sometimes if you read through comments, you'll figure something out. And that's how I figured out that in order for it to like, it's like a restart. So the printer can suck up the ink, the new ink. You had to push the power button and the help button at the same time, and then it tells you like it's going to reboot itself. And that's how I found that out, because there is not enough information about this in YouTube videos or even on any internet system. So here I'm grabbing the yellow ink and I'm taking it out. I think I'm doing the air part again. I don't know why I'm doing that. But there is not a lot of ink. And I think right here is when I start like, oh, I don't need to be doing this ear thing. But yeah. Yeah, that section, that area was a mess, guys. So just be very diligent when you're doing these things, because you can really make a mess. You can't really tell, but there is a little bit of a mess, but I try to be as clean as possible. As you guys notice, I'm not doing I think I'm not doing that. Yeah, see, I stopped doing the air thing. And see how I'm getting a good amount, because I have the syringe facing up and the wire facing down, where it makes it easier. And I'm actually looking at the levels. That's how I know how much I still have. I know I'm very talkative in this video. I just wanted to show you guys. And I'm actually pinching that area, at the end from the wire to the syringe. So and another person had mentioned that it's okay not to like have it all. The black one was so messy, guys, but it's okay to have the colors on the sides, that it will go away after a few prints, which is true. There goes me. Okay, so this one was so hard. I never took out the ink from that little cartridge, because there was no way impossible. I did it without the syringe. I did it with the needle, without the needle. It was just no way impossible I can remove it. Like, I was struggling, guys, because I just couldn't take it out. So I just left it in there. And it had a good amount, but it was not coming out. So I was just like, you see my grandbaby's hands? Oh my God, look at her. She was trying to be in there. She's the cutest. So yeah, I just started just taking it out. I said, you know what? Forget that. I'm telling my granddaughter there, like, stop it, don't touch, no touch. And she's saying, no touch. Yeah, so I'm just there taking it out from there. I didn't take it out from that little small cartridge. And you know what, guys? After I did the whole sublimation, it comes out perfectly fine. Like, there's like no showing that the sublimation ink is affected or anything. My granddaughter kept on trying to touch my stuff. Oh my goodness. And she kept on saying, Nana, a mess, a Nana, a mess. Because I had the disinfectant wipes dirty in the floor. She says to not make a mess. So yeah, so this is what you have to do. Um, yeah, it would the black ink. I actually filled 2 containers up because it's that big. You use more black ink. So yeah. And you see how I didn't have to use the needle on that one because the wire is more thicker than the other two. So you see how I folded up so quickly. And the black one, the black ink, I actually dirtied my wall and everything. I don't know how it happened, but it's really dirty. Yeah, I hope this video really does help out because, like I said, I didn't see a lot of printer that it's like my printer, the 2760. Everybody has a 2720, and they're doing it differently. But my printer, there was like no way of doing it the way they were doing it. So I had to figure it out myself. So I wanted to make sure I could record something that you guys can see how I did it, and I know it was a struggle, and there's things you shouldn't be doing, like me putting the air inside. Just like I said, if you face the syringe up and the wire down, you will definitely get it all out. Maybe you would make a less mess than I did. Yeah, so I'm just cleaning it out. You see, you still get ink on your hands because, of course, it's a Dollar Tree gloves. And I tried again to take out this ink from this cartridge. But you know what? Like that one guy says, do not worry about it. Just print out a few sheets, let it go through, process, and then just continue with your sublimation. Yeah, I was struggling, guys. I could not get the ink out for nothing. And then let me take out no ink at all. Like I was struggling. So I said, you know what? I just gave up. See, it's the so it was not going into the syringe because the hole is bigger than the syringe, so the air was coming out through the sides of the needle. So I couldn't take out the and I was trying everything to take it out. Yeah, the black will make so much of a mess. That's me opening my second bottle. And I tried to put a wire and it still didn't work. Yeah, nothing was working. Like I said, guys, if you guys can't take it out, just don't stress about it. Just print out a few sheets of papers and then it will be fine. And then like I said, just make sure you press on the power button and the question mark button together, and then just have it rebooted. Just restart all over again, and it wait for the 12 hours. Just be patient about it and don't stress about it, and just go to sleep. And the next day, after the 12 hours is over, you'll figure it out. But yeah, it was a mess. I'm putting all the wiring together, putting back everything, go back together so I can screw everything back. Here I'm just cleaning it up real quick before I start screwing up. The whole thing, if you guys notice, I did put a lot of ink around it, so I gotta make sure.